Good evening. This is Mr. Glenn, and we're driving math today. And we're going to be talking about linear equations and two variables, and this is the introduction to that. And so why it's called linear equation is because here's your linear equation, right? And there are two variables, x and the y, okay? And so what they want us to do is to see if either one of these or both make this statement true. Okay, so what we're going to do is take this x, this value of x, so we have 5 times 1 minus 2 times negative 3. Does it equal 11? 5 times 1 is 5. Negative 2 times negative 3 is a positive 6. 5 plus 6 is 11. So this makes this statement true. So this ordered pair makes this statement true. We look at the next one, and we have our x and our y. We're going to go 5 times 3/5 minus 2 times 4. Does it equal 11? Well, 5 times 3/5, if I make this a fraction, I reduce diagonally. That's a 1. That's a 1 because I'm dividing by the greatest common factor. I have 3 minus 2 times 4, which is 8. And this equals negative 5, which does not equal 11. So this order pair does not satisfy this equation. Okay, so I'm going to look to my notes so I can make sure that I stay on task, because I like to ramble a little bit. Okay, so then move into something called complete order pairs. For a given equation, for a given equation. All right, so let's say that they have given us an actual equation. Let's say they give us an order pair. And the order pair has a negative 3 and then a blank. And you have y equals 2x plus 10. All right? So they want to know, what is this value of y? Okay, these are the same thing. So what I'm going to do is replace my x. Replace my x with negative 3. Then I'm going to solve it. 2 times negative 3, negative 6, plus 10 equals 4. So y equals 4. So 4 will go there. So this order pair satisfies this linear equation. Two variables. All right, so let's say they give us an equation like this. And in that equation, they also give us a table that they want us to complete. So in this table, make sure I have enough room. Okay, the table says here's x, here's y, okay, and so they want to know what the missing information is. So we have to replace what we know. So we're going to start with the first one. We have -1 plus 3 times a y, which we don't know what it is. And so then we solve. We use the order or the properties that we know. We're going to add +2 to both sides, then divide both sides by 3. And that's the first part of our answer. Okay. I don't know how I got 1. Why did I do that? Why I got 2? See, just made a catastrophic mistake. So it should have been +1. You're probably like, how did you get +1? I mean, +2. Overthinking it too quickly. So we divide both sides by 3. Y equals 3. So 3 goes here. Then on our next one, we're going to say, well, -x plus 3 times -4, because that's where we get the 4 from, equals 8. And so if you hear any noise in the background, I'm at a library. Thought I might as well stay at home maybe. It's just as noisy. Okay. Add 12 to both sides. -x equals 20. Divide both sides by -1. X equals -20. Then we do the last one to see what, so this is a -20. Then we use the next one of y being 2/3. So we have -x plus 3 times 2/3 equals 8. All right, so 3 times 2/3, 3 divided by 3 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. To subtract 2 from both sides. -x equals 6. Divide both sides by -1. And x equals -6. So -6 goes there. Okay? So that's our information. Or that's our table being filled out. Okay. Then we have another example of a table where it says y equals 2, and then they give us a table to complete. It's saying, they're saying that y will always be 2. Y will always equal 2. So you have 7, -5, and 0. And so if y is always 2, then we just write y is always 2. And there you have your answer for the table. All right, and later on we'll find out what this is called once we put it on a graph. All right. Remember, please subscribe, like, comment, share. Let me know what it is that you do or don't understand. The next part of this lesson is that we're going to talk about ordered pair and plotting a graph, or putting information on a graph. Okay, and my board is not gonna be that great, but we're gonna do what we can. Okay. Let's see if we can get one. Once again, it's not even. So I'm just giving you an idea what it would look like on your graph paper. All right. So we have our X axis and we have our Y axis. This right here is called your origin. That's your origin. Okay. And if we wanted to plot 4, 2, then we'll count. We go X first because we're finding a location. X is first. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go up because it's a positive to 1, 2. And this would be 4, 2 as our location. Okay, and that's how you would that's how you would do it even if it was let's say it was negative 4, negative 2. Well, you would go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then down 2. This is negative 4, 2. All right, and that's how you plot a graph. All right, hopefully I don't have to spend too much time on that. Now, maybe a part that you may have trouble with, it would be like 1/2, 1/2, 3. Well, this is X. So you're halfway towards X to the positive side, positive, because this is 1 and it's a negative. This is positive and this is a negative. All right, so I would go halfway to the right and then up. So I'll go 1, 2, 3. And then this would be 1/2, 3. And it's kind of small. Hopefully you can zoom in to that. All right. Hopefully it's making a little sense. All right. So once again, we're going to talk about completing the table, and then we're going to plot the graph. Okay. Let's say we have 2x minus y equals 5. In our table, that's 2. The table doesn't have to be that big. We can have kitty table. And so we have 0, 1, and then 3. And so we're going to solve by replacing. So here we go, we're going to start here. 2 times 0 minus y, which we don't know what it is. This ends up canceling it out, so you have negative y equals 5. This is a negative 1y. We're dividing both sides by negative 1. That's also called your division property of equality or multiplicative inverse. Y equals negative 5. Y equals negative 5. Okay. Then from there, we will use x is going to be 1. So that's 2 minus y equals 5. And so we subtract 2, which is addition property of equality, subtraction property of equality. This cancels out. We have negative 1 equals 5 minus 2, which is 3. Divide both sides by negative 1, y equals negative 3. So we have negative 3. Then C, we have 2 times x minus 3 equals 5, right? We're going to replace the x, sorry. Yeah, that's what we want. Oh, yeah, because we want to know what x is. That's why we don't know what it is. So we add 3 to both sides. We have 2x equals 8. We divide both sides by 2. X equals 4. So now what I'm going to do is take this table and plot my graph. And you'll notice what it looks like. So 0, 5, so 0, and then negative 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, negative 5, 1, negative 3, positive 1, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 3. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3. And because my graph is not like it should be, like these is not even, it looks off. But what it should make is a line. And so therefore you have a linear equation with 2 variables. All right? Now, pause the video, write down whatever you need to, write down questions that you have so I can know what I didn't explain well. Okay. Hopefully this is going pretty smooth. So now take a little bit of time to write this information. Okay. It says that but I was going to write the whole thing, but I'm not going to write the whole thing. It'll take a while. Now, this is a linear equation with 2 variables. And there's a problem that says the length of an 18-year-old female's hair is measured to be 250 millimeters, which is almost 10 inches. The length of her hair after X amount of days, so this represents days. This represents how long it is. Can be approximated by this particular equation, where y is the length of her hair in millimeters. So y is the total. Okay. Okay. This 0.30 is how much it grows per day. So the first question says, find the length of her hair after 10 days. So it wants to know after 10 days, after 60 days, after 90 days. So I guess this is something that a beautician will want to know, okay? Or someone who works on their hair pretty frequently, all right? All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to replace this, because this represents days. We're going to replace this with X. So we have 0.3. I'm going to take out the 0 plus 250. All right. So this is times 10. So 30 cents times 10. All right. So that's basically, I'm moving the decimal place over once. So that's 3 plus 250. All right. So that's going to be 253. Okay. So after 10 days, see that? After 10 days, y is going to be 253. Then I do the same thing where I say y equals 0.30 times 60 plus 250. And I don't know that off the top of my head, so I go 60 times 0.3018. Okay, one decimal place. All right, so that's 18. I probably could have multiplied the 3 times 6. All right, so this is 18 plus 250, right, which equals 268. So this is 268. And then I could do 60, I could do 90. 90 times 0.3. 90 times 0.3, which is 27. Okay, so I simply am adding, so y equals 0.3 or 0.30 times 90 plus 250. This is 27 plus 250. That equals 277. And so I could make a graph with that. That would be 10, 20. I don't have a lot of space, so I could do 25, 50, 75, 100. And this would be, I could have this be 10, 20, or I could have it be 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. You just have to have the same increments in between the numbers. 252 would be, that wouldn't be right over here. That's too small. So I could do something like 250, 260, 270, 280. And this would be 10, 252. This would be 60, 268. This would be like 90, and then 277, and then it's supposed to make somewhat of a line. But because, like I said, my graph is not accurate, it's not going to be accurate. All right, so there we have the lesson on Introduction to Linear Equations and Two Variables. Please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel Driving Math, and leave me a comment. Please share this video with all those that you think may be appreciative of it. And have fun. All right. There you go. All right. Tune in for the next video. All right. Bye.